Here we are.
Hello. It's Val and Roy. Yeah, I know. I didn't know what you were doing. So, hey, we're out in the glass showroom today. We thought we had this really nice request. Somebody asked us about textures, and so we said, why don't we just come on out and just show all that we have? So
Right, as opposed to grabbing them all and stacking them. And
yeah,
that seemed a little boring.
Yeah, we got a lot, so we thought we couldn't carry them all into the room. So we thought we just
we're
come
doing
out
this
here.
field trip out here in
we're
the glass room.
We're in the Lansing Creativity Center, out in the glass showroom, we like to call it. And we thought we'd start out with these are the clear architectural textures. And what we mean by that is they're not fusible. They're for, obviously for stained glass, but you can just, we put these in, people come in almost every day and we cut glass for them for kitchen cabinets. So
right, or
really,
backgrounds for bigger panels and things. A lot of these clear textures make a nice...
Cool stuff. So,
yeah. So
are you going to be the...
I'm going to be the pulling out the glass and showing it. This is the... Can you tell me, Caleb, if you can see it well enough?
Kind of. Let me put it up to the light a little bit more.
Yeah, this is Remy.
Remy, clear Remy.
Yeah, clear Remy.
So it's kind of a gentle
little
little
clear. Yeah.
swirly.
Yeah,
it's
kind
pretty
of fun. It's organic looking, right? So nothing too. It's kind of reminds me of like a Baroque. When you see like a clear Baroque.
Does that help?
A little.
Mm-hmm.
Let's do this way.
Super dramatic, people.
Is that better?
Gosh, wow.
Yeah, that's
Man, it doesn't show up as well on the camera, does it?
No, it's kind of fun. Yeah.
Well, I guess you people are just going to,
sometimes.
for those of you joining us, you're just going to have to come down, so you'll have to, we'll wait for you.
Yeah, there's a lot of them. We're just going to pull each one out?
Yeah, let's just pull them out real quick. Why not?
Okay, what's this one called? This one's called?
His Birchfield. And Val thought it was called something else, but that we can't say.
That was quite a unique name.
Yeah. Another really nice, great for if you're looking for something to kind of block the light a little bit, right? So sometimes people want a little privacy, so you're hanging something, you don't want to see your neighbor's house or something. I mean, these are great for...
I always said, too, when I was picking out, like, for a panel or something, and like you say, you don't want it crystal clear, because you don't want that much of a see-through, but I always found if I put my hand behind it and moved it back, you can see how blurry it gets. Mm-hmm. So that would mean that it wouldn't be that transparent if you were trying to put it in a bathroom window or something like that, right?
Yeah, people aren't going to really be able to see what it is.
So kind of the more going on in the piece, the more it will do that.
Yeah.
And then this one, Delta Clear.
Yeah, etched, right?
That is etched, frosted.
Yeah, that is frosted on that one part. Yeah, it's fun, right? This one I really enjoyed the pattern that's in there. It's what you'll find sometimes with the architectural clears is that they might vary in thickness a tiny bit, right? Mm-hmm. I know a lot of the glass is like a standard 3 millimeter, but these are sometimes 3.5 or a 4 millimeter, just depending. But
clear. What is it? Mayflower.
Mayflower, right?
Uh-huh.
So
So it's kind of fun, right? These kind of remind me of a bit retro, like
some of them definitely do, right? I hear sometimes people say they look like something you put in your bathroom window or whatever.
Well, when they used to do those plastic insert things,
but now it's high quality glass.
Yeah, it's
right?
glass for sure.
Nice
and this one is
digital.
Digital,
right? Something. Something not so organic, right? Something a little more structured and patterned. That's kind of fun.
Mm-hmm. Good. Mm-hmm.
And really, if you're doing some kind of geometric window, you could see where that might be pretty nice. Sparkle.
And it does kind of sparkle if you can kind of catch it in the light.
Here, let's flip it so that the sparkles,
Yeah, where they catch some of the reflection and stuff. Yeah, we have a couple of those that are pretty nice.
Right.
Yeah, where's mine?
And here's the reed, so this definitely is linear. It's not, I've always liked this.
Yeah, this is a 1/2-inch reed, so you're going to see as we walk around, you'll probably see some different widths to the reeds, right? Of real traditional architectural glass. Again, great for doing something that's a little more geometric, maybe.
And then this is the clear tapestry.
Oh man, yeah.
Which is one that people do kind of say reminds them of.
Yeah,
kind of Victorian, or right?
It does definitely, yeah. But it's surprising. I'll tell you, we sell a bunch of this. It's always amazing to me that.
It's been, and some of these, not all of these, but some of these have been around a long time.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Because I've been around a long time, and I don't recognize a couple of those ones we just did. But
no, but some are some pretty traditional.
Am I here? Water glass?
Yeah, this one though is an iridized water glass.
I don't know if
So-
that's going to be hard to see.
Oh,
but-
Yeah, I know.
Oh, can
you
you?
see the
Okay.
iridized coating? Yeah, it's nice, right? I mean, and then, I mean, trying to find any kind of iridized glass today is a
Is-
challenge. There's
right.
not a lot out there, so that's
Water glass is
pretty
kind
nice.
of too. It's very clear, but
real subtle texture,
it's very
right?
subtle.
Just that
This one
little-
is a littler wave than what I remember.
Yeah, the size of the waves vary sometimes, that's for sure.
This one, guess what this one is? Checkerboard.
Yeah. It's like, I've had it described, someone told me once, it's like reed going in both directions,
Oh
right?
my gosh,
So I know.
that's funny.
But they do end up with these little kind of squares in there.
Yeah, back in the day too, when I did more stained glass and stuff, it was fun. I always thought it was fun to like do a panel and use no color
And only-
just
oh, yeah,
only use
yeah.
different textures for the different. And it was I always
I've done one before too. It's really kind of fun, isn't it?
I always
I
enjoyed
know. Wait,
that.
we don't have one. To set somebody
So
on that,
this is
guys.
clear ribbed.
Yeah.
So that's linear as well, but very tight.
Yeah,
Oh,
like a really tight reed is probably what
Mm-hmm.
it is. It's like a almost quarter reed or something.
I'm trying to remember the one that I really, really liked, and I don't think we sell it anymore. And it was really kind of expensive, and it was, oh shoot, I can't remember. Maybe it'll come to me. Okay, this one is
Confetta.
Confetta. And it's
Yeah,
got-
I've
it
always
sparkles
I've liked
on the
this
back
one.
pretty well too.
Is that
yeah.
like I know it's maybe hard to tell, but it's not real.
Raised?
Yeah, raised up, right? It's almost like flattened.
Mm-hmm.
The texture part is, but I tell you, it really catches the light. Really pretty cool.
Yeah. And then
Oh yeah, the old
Chantilly.
Chantilly lace.
Ooh. That looks
Right.
like
Let's hold that one up to the window.
It looks like lace.
looks like my grandmother's wallpaper. It's cool though. I mean, it really is.
It's a
cool.
neat pattern.
And it is. I mean, it's not just. It is, a texture in there. It's not just. Sometimes I think it just looks like maybe it's been completely smoothed out, but it's
Yeah, or
still
almost
got.
like it's a film on there or
Uh-huh,
something.
but it is.
It's not. That's actually in the glass, and that's not where that went.
where am I? Oh, okay, here.
Sorry, customers do it all the time. Don't do it all the time.
I don't blame them.
They put
It's
stuff
kinda
in back in the
hard
wrong
to-
place, right? But
This is autumn.
autumn, yeah. I've always liked this
Autumn's
one.
been around a long time.
Yeah. It's nice if you're.
Let's do that one towards the window too.
Yeah, if you guys want us to, pack one of each for you and send it to you, well, you have to pay for it, obviously, but we'd be happy to do it.
One minor detail.
Yeah. One minor thing.
Everglade. I never
Yeah.
quite understood this. But
Yeah, I don't know why it's called Everglade, but it is a really cool pattern. Again, not one of those that you really just, it blocks, again, whatever's on the other side
Yeah,
pretty
definitely.
well. Yeah, you said a good thing, right? Sometimes you want light to come through, but you might not want everything else to.
yeah, you don't want to
They come
start
through, so.
clear. What is this? I can't.
L'Oreal.
I don't have my glasses on, so.
Yeah, this is one of the
L'Oreal.
newer ones
Yeah, I was
that we've
gonna
had,
say.
right? So we've gotten some, recently in the last couple of years, gotten some new textures. This is one of those. Yeah. For anybody out there that knows who Pilkington glass is, it looks a lot like what Pilkington glass was doing.
Okay.
Yeah, and the German semi-antique, this
Yep,
is a
this is a
great
real
glass.
pretty one. This has always been one of my favorites. This one's going to be
Yeah,
quite
it's
tricky
real,
to see.
real subtle, but
Tell me how you want me to try to
Maybe against your jacket
my
again.
shirt.
Yeah, it's so hard.
yeah. So this is supposed to look like a hand-blown glass where
kind
you
of see
where
the
you get
reflection
these
of the
little
light.
striations,
A little
these
distressed
little,
areas.
yeah, little
yeah.
type
It's
things.
very subtle, but it's
It's real
very
subtle,
it's
yeah.
very pretty. Yeah, it's hard to see even not in person. If you could get up on the glare or something.
Yeah, some of it.
I know. It's too bad. It's nice.
Anyway, it is pretty. That one was always one of my
Yeah,
favorites.
and then Glacier was always a nice one.
Glacier, yeah.
Yeah, this one I when people are looking for something really organic, because like each sheet is slightly different, it's got all these little swirls and random air bubbles or seeds every now and then. It's pretty cool
Yeah.
if you're looking for something really almost looks like it was hand cast or something. It's kind of a fun one.
Here we have
Show them the window glass. That's
Here
weird.
we have window glass,
that's
single
really-
strength window glass.
And it's dirty. That's not
And
a
it,
texture
I know.
on there. It's
Sorry, it's and then the double
funny.
is this is single,
yeah,
and
yeah.
then there's double, because that's single. Here's the double down here. It's just thicker. It's not any. There's nothing else going on to it. So
What about the sandblasted one?
yep, just which is a nice option too, right? If you're
Yeah, oh,
doing
yeah.
something
It's
like
real nice.
want some privacy, but yet still bring some light in, so you can see my hand the further away it goes.
Where'd it go?
Oh my gosh,
It's like, oh my
that was
gosh.
nice.
I did a disappearing hand act. Good
Like
for me.
magic.
Okay, and then
I'm sure this is riveting. People must.
I was going to say, my arm hurts from tennis, and I'm like, oh,
Do you need me to
gee.
step in?
No,
When
it's
you-
all right. I can
if
do
you
it.
get a cramp
I'm
and-
gonna handle
I'll be
it.
happy to do it.
Okay, so then we have the glue chip.
It's like double.
That's a double.
It's
Yeah.
a double. Sometimes there have been years we've gotten the single
gosh,
and
when
the
it was
double,
hard
and
to
you
tell
can't
them
even
apart,
hardly
yeah.
tell them apart. But the double means that the pattern is tight. It's
Yeah, it's
tighter,
tighter.
and then the single is going to be. Do we have?
Oh,
it? Oh, down
it's all the
here.
way down. Yeah.
We've got a lot of glue chip.
Yeah, I guess
So-
we gotta get to cutting it. We have a little bit to cut.
Let's see. I'll just so you can tell Can you tell the difference? But see, they're
Oh
not.
yeah, I think so.
See how they're.
bit.
See the more open spaces up here, and then this one doesn't really have those kind of open spaces, but they are pretty similar.
Yeah, and they're. They're
so-
popular glass that's been
Yeah,
around,
a long
for
time.
a long time, and you put that in the wrong spot.
Oh my gosh!
It's a good thing I'm here to make sure she puts it back correctly.
All right.
So if you're not familiar, the glue chipping is done by, they take a animal skin hide and glue, and they melt it, and then they put the glue on the glass, and then you have to put it in an area that is really dry, like you have to have a dehumidifier running in there, and the glue dries, starts shrinking, and it just pulls off a little bit of the glass, and you get that kind of lacy, almost frosted window kind of look to it. But
it's been around a long time.
it's been, oh gosh, for a
Really
long
long time.
So.
Okay, so
Yeah,
we
we
want to
got
go
some more on the other side. We'll
Okay.
just look at these other on the other side. And then we will get into some colored textured glasses and some
fusible ones.
fusible textures if you like. But though the English muffle is always
English
a good one,
muffle.
right?
Yeah. How's that this way, Kaylin? Is that good?
Yeah, it's a glass made by Wismach. Referred to the pattern is referred to as English muffle, so it's kind of a traditional Victorian style glass.
And
it-
comes in other colors.
It comes
man,
in
it
a
comes
lot
in
of
a
other
wide
colors,
variety of
whereas
colors.
those over there didn't.
No, everything. Yeah, the first few all those we showed you on the other side they only come clear for us, anyways. I've seen the tapestry in color before, but not something we carry.
Okay, this one
another
is
Wismach
Yeah,
one.
is called a cube. Tiny little.
Yeah, it's got those tiny little cubes. In it.
Tiny little deals in there.
Do you want to show this other one real quick or no?
Yeah.
We didn't have any small pieces
Yeah.
cut, but yeah, this is another Wismach glass. It's kind of like their reed type of a glass, right? So this linear looking stuff. Aerolite, I think, is what they call the texture on this one. And as you can see, we do sell things in different sizes, so just depending on what you want. If you see the big sheets down below, we can't ship those, FedEx. We'd have to crate those if you needed them that big, but otherwise we cut them down to ship them, the big ones, or we sell smaller sizes.
Here's the Kokomo.
Oh,
No,
That is Kokomo.
What is
Yeah.
it? I can't. Is it the?
It's just the CD, what
The
they call
CD?
their CD,
Yeah.
yeah, which is kind of their standard.
But this one's iridized too.
Yeah, but it's
I was gonna say
iridized.
this one's iridized too.
Yeah, which is nice. It is, like as I mentioned before, there's not a lot of choices for
No.
iridized glasses, especially clear ones. So
I
it's
actually
nice.
like this one. I haven't really seen much of this.
You said you don't like it?
I do.
Oh, I thought we were getting Val's opinion on all the glass.
No,
What she likes and doesn't like.
this is a little smaller.
There's another Kokomo.
Cobblestone.
Yeah.
Really
Nice kind
traditional.
of, yeah, it is a very traditional, nice pebbled sort of look to it.
Here, this one, Wavelite. Is that
Yeah,
what it is?
Wavelite.
Wavelite.
Yeah, I was saying this is one you've seen in the 60s or 70s,
Yeah.
right? I mean, it seemed like, especially, again, these are Kokomos, and they probably produce them in color, not something we carry. We carry a lot of their clear textures. Mississippi.
Mississippi.
Yeah, like a ripple, like a real kind of almost subtle ripple
Yeah,
kind of
see?
a look to it.
More organic to it too.
Yeah, real organic looking. Yeah, I think the next one you're going to show is their standard ripple.
Is there ripple?
Yeah, which is a little bit bigger pattern, and it's organic. That's one of the things I do like about the Kokomos. The ripples they're not so machine looking.
Right.
So I think sometimes people have asked us before, like, where does the texture come from? So depending on the manufacturer, or even depending on the texture, sometimes the texture is on the table. So when they roll the glass out, it picks up the texture from the table. And then sometimes the texture is on the roller. So as the roller goes across the glass, it creates the texture onto the glass.
Okay, this one's Vertigo.
Yeah, I always think it looks like your thumbprint, like the...
Yeah, it kind of does.
It's fun. That's a fun one.
That is a fun one. I've always liked that one. What is it, granite?
Granite, yep.
I almost said granady.
Yeah, I mean, this is another one that's really, I mean, you can't really see through it too well.
No, you couldn't really see the outside behind there.
Yeah, I mean, that's
You
what I mean.
can't?
It breaks up pretty
Okay,
good.
good.
So.
That's good. Okay, so
Flemish.
the Flemish.
Yeah, there's another
Oldie,
classic,
oldie but a goodie.
Also comes in color.
Yeah, just got this, nice kind of wider pattern if that's what you're looking for. Oh, the Celtic, this one.
Yeah.
Kokomo, this is real popular.
It's really nice too, isn't
It
it?
is a really nice pattern.
The back is, does that help at all? Okay. Right, okay, and then this is light seedy.
Yeah, this is their light CD. So again, it looks kind of, what's nice, it looks like a handmade glass, right? When you see all these swirls and these
And this
kind of little
distress
folds in
thing.
it. Yeah.
Sometimes people think that's a flaw.
Yeah, no,
And that's
it's
just sometimes
it's like a wrinkle in the glass. You can see, again, when they say seedy, they're referring to the little air bubbles, right? Those are the seeds that are in the glass. And you can see there's a variety of them in there. We'll show you one in a little while that's a little more structured with the seeds. But.
And then this one.
Oh, this is, so this is the Wismach Flemish, right?
Which
so
is a little clearer,
it's a little different than the Kokomo one we saw just a couple of glasses ago. Similar though texture, used like I said, a more wide open pattern, right? Not so tight.
And it's kind of thick too.
Yeah, it certainly can be. Those ones that are.
Okay.
Another iridized glass,
iridized
right? Yeah,
granite.
this is a granite. So pretty nice.
Oh,
Looks
sorry,
like
Claire.
looks like an Oceanside glass. Their granite is pretty textured, right? And pretty tight texture. So again, that's a challenge to see through it.
Here we're back to a water
Yeah, just
glass.
a plain clear water glass. Nice.
We did this one, didn't we? What did we do over there? What water glass?
It was iridized on the
Oh.
other side.
Okay, and then
Satin seedy.
satin seedy.
So you can see the seeds, right? The little air bubbles in it.
And I don't know how well you can see that it does.
How it looks a little matte.
Okay.
Yeah, it does have kind of a matte finish on the one side, that's for sure.
What's this one?
Cord.
No, I think that's still
Okay.
satin.
Oh, that
seedy.
one was. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Yeah, cord. This one's kind of nice too.
Yeah.
This other side sparkles too pretty good.
Yeah, it catches. You're right, because it's a really tight kind of not really a ripple, but it's kind of like a cross between ripple and like a ribbed one or something. A little more organic. You notice they weren't real parallel lines. They were kind of flowing a little bit, which was nice.
And here's just the plain clear CD. That doesn't. This one doesn't quite have the same marks like Wismach does in it.
No, or the Kokomo one, right? So it's it's
Right.
a little more transparent, right? It allows light through it.
Predictable too, if you were
Yeah, that's how I would.
A little more
that's how
consistent.
I would. Yeah, I
It's
would
a little
call
more
about that.
consistent.
Yep.
And then this is the hammered, and that's kind of what it looks like. It's like
Grab
little,
one without the sticker on it.
little
maybe.
dings of. Should I do a bigger one?
Yeah.
There you go.
Nice.
And then,
Cotswold, I think, is like on the last one.
yep, Cotswold. It's nice too. It's one that'll, I think, diffuse a bit. Doesn't
Oh, it definitely does.
Yeah.
I think, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty good. Well, we can come around the corner and then as we could show the English muffle real quick if you want to
Okay.
see so we have, you know, this whole row here is again the English muffle from Wismach, and you can see it comes in a nice wide variety of colors. One of the nice things I like about these is not only do they have like jewel tones,
Real pretty
like
jewel tones,
right,
too,
but
yeah.
then they also have these slightly muted colors. Again, a real traditional, you know, kind of Victorian style looking glass with a nice palette that I think kind of complements that style if you want. I thought maybe we'd show the artique is right behind in the rough rolled. We might as well show these. So this glass over here is from Oceanside, and it's the artique. It's their version of doing again a glass that's supposed to look like an antique glass or a hand blown one, but this is machine made, so not blown obviously. But you can see the little striations that are in there, and if you glance, you can see that it's, you know, almost every color of the rainbow. In fact, I'm sure it is every color of the rainbow.
And
And then
rough rolled,
Oceanside has, another texture here that's really kind of pretty cool.
the rough rolled.
Yeah, it looks like almost like a granite, but a little softer texture. It's nice when, again, so, you know, when you talk about like, you know, in stained glass, a lot of times the goal is to break the light up a little bit, right? So instead of light just coming right through the glass, when it breaks it up, it sparkles a little bit more or adds a little interest to the stained glass panels.
And the water glass comes in all
yeah.
kinds of colors too, so you can see it's got the little bit of ripple that we already saw in the clear, but it comes in lots of colors.
Lots. Yeah, not only every color of the rainbow, but also varying shades, right? So there's like 2 or 3 greens, there's...
Yep, all kinds of bright.
Yeah. You want to walk up, this way and look at we have some Wismach Flemish.
Yes.
Yeah,
We'll walk this
I know
way.
you mentioned earlier, Kaylee had mentioned that we have this is a Wismach Flemish, and so that really nice kind of open pattern and texture comes in a nice variety of colors. I bet you can, like I said, get almost the entire rainbow out of here somewhere, right?
That's a good red.
Yeah, isn't that a great red? This
Yeah,
is
it's a
one that
good
I
red.
actually like. This one down here, they do this like yellow and red mix, which is sometimes really pretty cool. Really get this neat kind of swirling in here sometimes from that. I know there's somewhere in there is a blue and purple too that I'm not sure exactly where it is, but that's a pretty fun one.
Okay. Might as well go that way.
Let's go, let's just walk up, and this is where these
Yeah.
clear textures are, since we're talking about clear textures. We have a few here. I don't know if you want to jump in there and show those. Yeah, these are made by Youghiogheny. They are originally, for those of you out there that remember Youghiogheny glass, that was around for a few years. These are Youghiogheny producing these that like what Youghiogheny used to make. They're the same sort of pattern, so they refer to that as a fibroid, I think is what they call that one. Yeah, they have a couple of unique textures here that you don't see. Radium, right? This
Yep.
little dots. I've
radium
always
roller.
enjoyed that one, yeah. And it comes in black too. Well, actually in some other colors too. The lime green there next to you, Kaylee, is a fibroid. That's the wrong spot.
I caught it. And then this one is a fipple.
A fipple, the old classic fipple. So it's a ripple.
Black, too.
It's the
Yeah.
ripple and the fibroid at the same time. I don't know how they do that. I'm pretty sure theirs
cute.
are rollers. I think that with the Youghiogheny, it's...
These are rollers.
I
See,
think
now
so.
this
but-
one is awfully thin. It's interesting.
Yeah, the granite.
The granite. But
Yeah, it's interesting because this is the Ouroboros, the Ouroboros version of granite that, again, Youghiogheny is making. But here's a granite. This is Oceanside's granite. And you can see just how, and they look different, right? Everybody's got kind of their own. I think every company makes something they call granite, right? Wismont, Kokomo, and it's just whatever the
yeah, a lot of
interpretation
it's similar,
might be.
but they do vary a little bit.
Do you want me to take over your arm?
Okay,
It's starting to cramp up.
Right.
This is a small hammered, is what they call it. So again, this, like when we looked at the hammered a little while earlier, a little bit bigger marks in the glass. This is a little smaller, a little tighter looking.
I can go now.
Very
That's
good.
in my arm.
Okay, good.
And
Vecchio.
Vecchio.
Yeah,
It's kind of.
I like this one. It's like a mix of like 2 or 3 different
Yeah.
textures, I think. Tends to have some air bubbles, almost some seeds in it sometimes, and looks like a cross between a ripple and a granite.
Right,
And
right. It's
it's
good.
fun.
I like it.
Yeah. Organic looking. I know we've said that a couple times, right? If you're looking for something that doesn't have a real distinct pattern, that's kind of a nice one.
So this they call ice, crystal ice.
Crystal ice, yeah.
And it's a sparkly one.
Real sparkly, right?
Let me flip it.
Yeah, here in the back you can see these they're like little hills almost, right? They have a little more texture to them as they catch the light. Fun one.
And then we have Corsica.
Yeah, here's another one that's like...
They're, like you said, they're all a little similar. This looks pretty similar to the.
Yeah.
It's just like a little maybe the pattern's a little more open or something.
Yeah,
Like
and
a
then I
little-
think maybe a little, not as deep too, so a little more subtle in that regard, right? Not such a heavily textured glass. And then another reeded glass.
quarter reed.
Yeah, just a tighter reed. Yeah, be careful handling that one, right?
Yeah.
That
Like
one will
it's-
bite you.
Yep,
Yeah,
this one will get ya.
This one gets you. Yeah, I know you'll notice that Val and I are out here barehanded, right, handling the glass, but
Because we're tough.
we're professionals, people. We
It's easier to grab.
don't do this at home.
Okay, and this
Oh, the rough
is
rolled,
rough
yeah.
rolled. We saw the colored rough rolled over there, and it comes in all kinds of colors, but this is the clear.
I see this one's in the wrong spot, but that goes here.
Well, you could have just pulled it out because that's the
Okay,
next
there you
one.
go. The next one, rainwater, right? I always like this one.
I do too. I
looks
forget
little-
about it, but
little
I
dots,
really like it.
Like water droplets on the glass or
Uh-huh.
something. I always think that's
I
pretty
find
cool.
that very
Yeah, that's a fun one.
lovely.
And then this is the artique. We looked at the colored artique just a little while ago, but this is the clear. And again, I don't know if you can see the kind of subtle
Yes.
little waves in there. You'll see some seeds in there every now and then. Again, it's supposed to look like a
Hand
mouth balloon is what somebody said, which I don't know what that means. And then we looked at a satin CD over there, did we not?
Yes, we did.
We have it again. For some reason, we're stucking it in. Oh, this is in the wrong spot. This isn't supposed to be here. It is supposed to be over there. I pulled it. I don't know why we have it stocked twice, so we just do. But oh well.
It's just
That's
that
good.
popular.
It's that popular. We gotta have it in more than one place. I think
you
the
go.
difference is we're getting it in 24 by 24s and also the 24 by 48s. You know, for people that want cabinets, and we need it taller for people that are doing cabinets.
Okay, there you go. So,
Are you jumping in? Or you want me
yeah,
to-
I'll jump in.
All right.
Okay, what is it?
That's the
Crinkle.
old crinkle.
Wow, I didn't even know we still had crinkle.
I know. It's just,
This
yeah.
one bites too.
Yeah,
This,
be
I was just
careful.
going to say, this one will get you too.
Yeah, really dramatic texture, right?
So fun though. If hold that up to the light, I mean, really, it does.
Yep.
Fun stuff.
There's just the clear satin.
Yeah, and this is just satin, right? No, the one we looked at earlier had the seeds in it. They call it satin seedy, but
So we should say these are fusible.
oh gosh, yeah, we didn't mention even starting with the Ouroboros ones that Youghiogheny makes. All of these are fusible.
Corsica again,
Yeah, no, this is a crackle,
isn't it?
Nope, you pulled out.
Oh, I pulled it out. This
Yep.
is the crackle.
Yeah, this is crackle. So if you're not familiar with the crackle technique, it's an old technique about, dipping the glass in when it's hot into water, and it creates the surface just gets this little crackle on there. So again, it's supposed to look like a blown, like a hand blown glass, but it's not really. It's been machine made. This is a Corteza.
Corteza.
Yeah, I don't know what that means.
I don't either.
It looks almost like I always think it looks like a reptile skin.
That's
or
what I
something,
was
right?
going to
Is
say.
I
that-
was gonna say.
Only
Yeah.
I wasn't going to say it out loud because
All right.
I'm not sure that's what we're supposed to. Okay, and what's this?
And then these are just clears.
Clears.
Yeah.
Oh, this is a thick
I mean,
one,
they just
though.
have, natural textures, right? So, again, for those of you, when, compared to like window glass, regular glass
This is double thick.
that is made just for fusing, I mean, it has a slight texture to it, right? I mean, you can see that it's not crystal clear as you look through it. There's a slight patterning, but that's, again, just the way the glass is. Now, these are fusible glasses, so those, like the ones with hardly any texture, they'll just fuse out. You won't notice them. But the ones with heavy textures, when you fuse them onto something, I always say they influence the sheet that they're being fused to. So trapping air bubbles or on opaque glasses will create some kind of visual texture, even though nothing's really there.
Even though the texture itself will melt out.
Yeah, will melt out. We had a couple of colored ones over here I wanted to show. We have this kind of, and again, these are from Oceanside, and this is a green hammered that they make, so it's kind of nice. I'm not sure why they're kind of limited in the color choices on some of their textures, but there's that one. There's a blue hammered. Again, these are fusible, and if you see the hammered, surface on there, right, this kind of, like Val said, like you hit it with a hammer and create these little indentations in there. This is a red granite. So again, really, really nice, tight granite texture. You can see the back of it, how it's got all that on it. And then we'll also have this. This one's kind of fun. It's a brown and gold streaky. So it's like, and it has the granite texture on it. I just taught a class where they use this for a tree, because it almost looks like tree bark and stuff, right? It's kind of fun way of using texture.
Okay. So
We gotta go look at the Youghiogheny textures and then.
And then Bullseye.
Yeah, let's do that. Because Youghiogheny has some kind of unique textures that I don't think not everybody else has, right? So we'll come down and look at some of these. Oh, this is one that is a ripple. So you can see this kind of, and it's a very organic ripple in the glass. It just depends on the the piece, right? I mean, every sheet looks slightly different. That is for sure. Thanks. And then
turn that over for a second and see the back.
Oh.
So the back, it does have a little bit of texture in it, and then turn it back over again. So just because a lot of times people get a little confused.
Did you catch this in the light? Yeah, good, because that's a good one.
Because, whenever you have a deep ripple, I just think you need to cut on the other side, score on the other side.
Oh, yeah, good point.
Because sometimes people get confused, and we talk about cutting on the shiny side of the glass, and sometimes we're not even concerned too much about about a texture. But if it's a heavy texture, I just don't think there's a decision to be made, right?
Yeah, I mean, there's some here. Yeah, we were working our way down here. So this is what they call
I love this.
Yeah, a herringbone ripple. Again, one made by Youghiogheny based on Ouroboros glass. And you can see this really heavily textured.
Yeah.
And as Val was pointing out, I mean, you have to, technically you're cutting the backside of the glass here because the roller is creating the texture, so.
But don't be tempted. Just
cut
that smooth
cut the smooth side.
Yeah.
Yep. That's always good advice, right? I mean, if you're not sure, cut what you think is the smoothest side. That's always my advice to people. And of course, it does. This one is another one that can just it can tear you up a little bit.
Getcha?
Yeah. This is not what this is.
Granite.
Oh, it's a wrong. This is their granite. So it almost looks like kind of a ripple. If you can kind of see it in the light, you can really see how it really.
Yeah, it's pretty defined.
Yeah.
It's
kind
nice.
of breaks it up a tiny bit. That's real nice.
Do you want to talk about like the stipple texture?
Oh yeah. Let's
Okay.
talk about that.
Stipple.
Because I don't think a lot of people think of that as a texture, but I mean, it really does have some.
Yeah,
It
it's got a
definitely
very
does. Yeah, when you
matte
notice the
type
surface to
texture
it.
on it.
Yeah, I mean, it's certainly not flat and smooth like some
And it,
other types of glasses.
it does a nice job of lighting up, without being transparent or see-through. So I think, in a case where you wanted to use
You
it,
can see that texture as the light reflects off
Uh-huh.
of it, too.
Yeah, it's got a real nice sort of texture. Oh, can you see the backside of that sheet too? You see there's a real distinct texture on the backside. And this is one that, the table is flat and smooth, the roller is flat and smooth. It just, how the glass cools, how it gets rolled out, creates this kind of textures, the stippling process, all of that does a nice job. Oh yeah, here's another one of those extreme textures from, this is again another Youghiogheny, one of their ripples, right? And you can see again how organic the ripples are. Yeah, and some of them are real nice and deep. A little different than that herringbone ripple we saw a second ago, but still real nice.
Hold that up again.
Yeah. Right. It tends to be a little more opaque than some of the others, but you can still see how the light catches all those wrinkles in there. And then the other side looks like this, right? So a totally different look, and you can see that, again, a lot of times the wrinkles do influence this surface. I think Val pointed that out a second ago, so nice stuff. Oops. And really not, don't be intimidated by texture. It's not really that hard. Would you
No,
agree,
I
right?
agree.
It's not that much harder to cut. I think people sometimes just see the texture and they're like, oh, this is going to be difficult, and then that affects how they score it, and then they don't score it so great, and then it doesn't break well, and then they're like, yeah, see, it proved me right. It really just, cut the smooth side. Well, what they like is a nice, even, consistent score. I mean, that's really how you cut those kind of things. So.
Yeah. Okay.
Then we got, I think,
Bullseye?
some Bullseye. Yeah, we got some here that we can show you. Some are, again, these are going to be fusible. We have some clears down here. This is what they call a soft ripple. So it's got a real, again, nothing super dramatic with the ripple. And then, hopefully, can you see the iridized coating? I know on the
Slightly.
Yeah, I know on the clears sometimes it's a challenge to see these on the Bullseye ones, but the thing about the Bullseye and the iridized coatings is that I think they're more noticeable once you fire them, don't you? Is that?
Yeah.
I always find that where I'm looking for others. Oh, here's something they call prismatic. So it's kind of like a reed, but a little bit wider texture on it. I've used these before and fused them like this, like cross them. So you made this checkered board kind of effect, and then you catch all these little tiny air bubbles in there, which is kind of a fun thing. Bullseye also has what they call a reed glass. So this is their version of a reed. Again, really tight,
It's kind of hard to pick up.
narrow
even, it's so
sort
tight.
of pins. Yeah, they're fun. What I've done with these is you can lay stringers in there or sprinkle frit into the valleys, and you can create some patterns, just some visual patterns, just from doing that. So I get that in there.
That could be its own video.
And this is their what they call their single rolled glass, and really just one roller goes over it, and it just creates a pattern. I think you can see the texture in there, right? So it's just again from the manufacturing process. It fuses out if you're fusing it, but if you're using it for stained glass, that's the other thing we probably really didn't mention.
Yeah.
Hopefully, the stained glass people out there realize that. I mean, that's the advantage of doing stained glass is every glass we've shown you can use, right? I mean, it doesn't have to, whether it says it's for fusing or not. I mean, it's all for stained glass. Do you want to show there's some others around the corner a little bit. I want to show a couple of the black ones, the black textured ones. There's these happen to be iridized, right? And part what's fun about this is it does pick up the iridized coating. So this is what the Bullseye calls prismatic, right? So it almost looks like a reed of some sort. This one's fun. It's accordion, and it has these irregularly spaced
Spaces,
lines, right, between them.
Ooh, that shows up pretty.
Does that show up? Yeah, with the iridized coating, really kind of shows.
And on the black.
It shows up better on black, right? Just because it's not transparent. And then this is their ripple. Again, and then it's on black, and you can see all that kind of fun kind of texture to that. I guess just there's I know on this
wanna
side.
do
Yes,
the
I knew there was
hollyberry?
one over here.
The hollyberry.
Yeah, I got it. There's a couple here. These are again what they call their soft ripples. So you can see that again, it's real irregular. We got this one here that's really a little bit deeper than what's there, and then yeah, this one lights
That's
up
my
real nice,
favorite.
right, with that cranberry pink color in there. Yeah, real fun. And I'm gonna put it in the wrong spot. Was it here? Oh yeah, it was there. And then we have that same thing in just this cranberry pink and purple color with white mixed too. You can see that kind of nice ripple. So not in all their colors, but they do it in, a few of the streakies. You have some texture to them.
Brown has it.
Yeah, we have a brown over there. Again, another nice tree bark, people do animals like it for to mimic fur. Yeah. That's pretty textured. Yeah, if you're not familiar with Bullseye
When you switch
hollyberry.
the other way, we're getting the glare.
All right.
Oh, okay. If you're familiar with Bullseye hollyberry, but so the clear base is hand rolled, right, or single rolled, so it has a lot of texture to it.
Yeah. Now wait. I'll show you. You can see
But then
how
this has got
all the little.
all the berries, that are kind of tack fused on the surface.
Very popular at Christmas time.
Yeah, you can imagine. So it's never too early to buy stuff for Christmas, right? To get ready for Christmas. Sound like we were breaking glass. But
we often sell out of that.
we
too.
do sell out of it. In fact, I think we did
before the
Yeah.
holidays. So
But otherwise, I think that. Let me just show that brown ripple since
yeah,
we talked about
let's
it.
look at
and
this
then,
one's pretty good, and then
we can probably call her good. Yeah, this is real nice, dramatic.
okay,
Yeah. Here, I'll switch with you.
yeah.
Yeah, you can see
It
how.
really lights up well.
Yeah, and like I was mentioning before, you see a lot in tree bark or look like ground. Yeah, there's another one too. This one, people use this in lamps a lot of times. If you're doing like a lamp that's, the dragonfly or water lily Tiffany style
Yeah,
lamps,
it's a
it's great classic for doing a background. Well, I don't know if that was all the texture that we have. I'm sure we probably missed something somewhere, but I think
that was
we did
pretty
a pretty,
good, I think.
pretty okay job
Yeah,
of
I
showing you
think
guys
it was.
about what's going on here in the glass room with textures. If you have questions, feel free to reach out to us. You can always email us at
Or suggestions, because this was
Facebook.
a suggestion.
Yeah, it was so we
we-
actually do listen to people, so
Yeah.
that's
We
great.
want to know.
Yeah,
exactly.
we can't think of stuff all ourselves all the time.
I
but,
know.
But you could always message us too, right, on Instagram, on
Facebook.
YouTube.
and
YouTube videos, yes.
Yeah, we got all that stuff. So yeah, but otherwise, I think we're good.
I think we're good.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for
Yeah,
joining
thanks
us
for
today.
coming.
We'll see you next time.